Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to your continuing coverage of the Defense 2, brought to you and organized by joinDOTA, commentated by Toshley, and powered by Razor and BenQ. Yes, indeed, we are continuing on with the group stages of the Defense 2. As you would expect, we have NEXT.kz, a team hailing from the land of Kazakhstan. Yes, indeed, playing on the Radiant side, going up against SGC, the Storm Games clan. Another team hailing from the Czech Republic. So we've got two teams from, well, not so particularly well-known countries. Yes, indeed. And we're going straight into the captain's draft. Yes, indeed. Picking and banning so fast with the team of NEXT.kz taking out the Invoker, taking out the Nature's Prophet, and taking out the Lycan. And SGC's responding to that with a Broodmother, with an Enchantress, and with a Chen. And their first pickup is going to be that of Leshrac, with SGC picking up the Darkseer for their first pick. Both sides taking up very powerful heroes indeed. We have Leshrac, who's a pushing powerhouse machine, as well as we've got the nice Edict stun to sort of slow down anyone they might be chasing after, and then we've got absolutely massive amounts of AoE damage. We've got great creep pushing ability, and we have great tower damaging abilities. Leshrac, he's a pushing powerhouse, indeed. And we've got Darkseer, who's a solo side lane split pusher, very annoying to lane against, especially if there's just one of you. He can just put on his Iron Shell and then just sit next to you and you'll die a horrible, horrible death. He's very fast, he's very annoying, and he's very powerful, very tanky, very difficult to kill. And the next pickup, going to be that of the Enigma. And I need to remember that this is really cool. We can see the skills with this new picking and banning screen, with the new captain's mode screen. We can see all the skills of the heroes that are being picked up. Now that's really friggin' neat, I have to admit. Although admittedly, you should know all of these, but you know, just in case there's a hero that I'm not that familiar with, like such as one of the new heroes, which should hopefully be being picked not too long in the not so distant future, such as, you know, Naga Siren, Templar Assassin, so on and so forth. But Enigma going to be the next pickup. Enigma's going to be absolute solid jungler, going to provide. Enigma adds a nice little thing, for lack of a better word, to the game, in the sense that you have to always consider the fact that he's missing, and at any moment can emerge from anywhere and then kill you, pretty much. Can assist out in a gank, Malphite stun to land on you, very painful if it's a tank hero or if it's a group of heroes, Black Hole, and combined with the, actually this is, I never even thought of this, Vacuum to Black Hole. This allows you to get in the perfect position. You start off with a Black Hole, you suck everyone into the perfect little cluster of people, and then all of a sudden you Black Hole, they're all trapped, put down a Midnight Pulse, put down an Ion Shell, put down a wall of Replicate, and oh dear god, the team of SGC are going to have troubles in these upcoming team fights. And we can see that echoed in the fact that we're already ticked quite a bit away into their bonus time. In fact, 33 seconds remaining, and we haven't even gone to the second pick of the game, let alone the next set of bans. And we're going to have to think fast because, well, time is running out. When time runs out, you get a random hero. And a random hero is never what you want because you could get someone awful. And while no hero is truly awful, there are plenty of heroes that just simply aren't viable in the competitive scene. Of course, in pubs, every hero is viable. It's all crazy garbage to go on there. And we've got 5 seconds left. Next pickup is going to be Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon's a pretty obvious pickup, honestly. Synergizes so well with Leshrac, and synergizes with pretty much every single hero well because he has an amplified damage. And his ultimate is always useful. It's a purge, it deals a bit of damage, it removes any buffs that are on them, and it slows them down. So it's just he's such a fantastic hero. I have no idea why it took them so long to pick him up. Lone Druid's going to be the next pickup for them, and this is going to give the team of SGC the pressure that they need to go up against the lineup that NEXT.kz have selected thus far. Lone Druid is going to give them, so in a sense, sort of insurance. If there's a big team fight going on and Lone Druid's not being looked after, he's going to take a tower, he's going to take another tower, and he might even push his way to the barracks. And unless NEXT.kz dedicate a lot of resources to shutting him down, he's going to be a nuisance throughout the entire duration of the game because he'll be pushing towers at a perpetual rate. And the composition of NEXT.kz, they don't exactly have a hero thus far that can just jump in and then save the day. Of course, Furion's been taking out, which is fantastic at defending those lanes. Tinker's pretty freaking good at it as well. He is still in the pool thus far. We're jumping into the next set of bans. Tidehunter is going to be the one removed for the team of for the team of NEXT.kz, which is fairly understandable because right now the team of SGC sort of lack a group initiation. They have Shadow Demon to initiate on a single target, but no one to initiate as an entire team really. Until Leshrac gets farm, gets a Bloodstone, gets a bit of tankability, he'll simply die if he tries to jump in and initiate. Another thing is, Ravage is pretty freaking good for interrupting Black Hole, due to the fact that you don't really have to aim it, you just have to be near them. So if you don't catch out that Tide Hunter, you have a very high chance of that Black Hole being interrupted, so taking him out sort of a bit of insurance. The next couple of ban outs are going to be some hard carries to come in from the team of SGC. We have the Enigma, and not Enigma, we have the Anti-Mage, and we have the Morphling. So this is, well, I'm not sure if NEXT.kz would want, I mean, they've actually, yeah, because they've got really great team fight control. Now they need someone to do the damage. So someone that just can right-click people to death, such as Anti-Mage, such as that Morphling, would be pretty friggin' fantastic. The final ban being dealt out, going to be that of the CK, surviving very late into this game. We are going to have SGC take up the next pick. I'm thinking on NEXT.kz's side, I mean SGC, they might want to pick up someone like an SK just to deny it from NEXT.kz. One SK would already synergize well with their lineup. Anyone with it, yep, there we go. Because they want to deny someone with a lot of AoE power from the team of NEXT.kz. Gyrocopter is going to be the next pickup. I haven't seen him played before. Never really thought of him as a viable hero, but nevertheless looking forward to this game. But back to the topic of SK. The reason they picked him up is, one, he synergizes so well with Shadow Demon and Leshrac, and this obviously means we're going to have an aggressive tri-lane, most likely at bottom. I mean, this is just screaming aggressive tri-lane, like, at my face, like, alright, aggressive tri-lane, I've got it, man, which leads Lone Drill taking up top, and now they're looking for their solo mid. But picking up SK is just so good because it denies it from them, and if they had an SK, imagine if they vacuumed, Black Holed, and then an Epicenter came in. It would be the entire team of SGC dead. So they needed to secure that SK, and it turned out to be beneficial because Storm Spirit's going to be the next pickup. He's going to be the solo mid, and I'm friggin' looking forward to this game. We've got two heroes that typically aren't picked that often. Storm Spirit's picked at a fairly reasonable rate, but he's still a rare occurrence. Gyrocopter, on the other hand, never seen Gyrocopter in any game at all, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how NEXT.kz will utilize it. I've never really seen Gyrocopter as being a hero that I don't know, he's just, I have no idea. But we'll have to wait and see what NEXT.kz are thinking and what they have up their sleeves. Both teams actually have really friggin' good compositions, though I have to be honest, SGC's composition seems friggin' perfect. We've got whoever goes up against that tri-lane down bottom is going to die a horrible death. We've got Lone Drill to put constant pressure on the team of KZ, and then we have Storm Spirit, who... Storm Spirit's the insurance, pretty much. If we get to that mid stage of the game, as long as Storm Spirit has been getting farm, he's just going to freaking slap everyone around. And it's not going to be fun for the team of NEXT.kz. However, NEXT.kz have fantastic team fight ability. The problem is they need to be able to get in those good positions. They need everyone of the team of SGC to be grouped together so they can vacuum, so they can black hole. But the problem is, oh, that was cool. Got the versus thing and this. Let's be honest here. The new captain's mode screen is pretty friggin' pretty. And the final pickup is going to be that of an Earthshaker. So this is going to give them another stun. It's going to give them some more AoE control. Not quite what they would have wanted. Actually, speaking of Gyrocopter, he has some pretty good AoE. So combine that with a vacuum to black hole, and then we've got the various skills coming from Gyrocopter. I can't quite remember what they're called, unfortunately. And then we have the Echo Slam from Earthshaker and the Fisher. We've got quite a bit of power, AoE power to come out of NEXT.kz, but let's have a look at who's playing who. Lucky taking up the role of that Enigma. We have Reeves playing as that Darkseer. I cannot read that name because of the color. Mantis playing as that Gyrocopter. Equal playing as the Earthshaker, and last but by no means least, we have Stalcat taking up the role of that Windrunner. And if you're on SGC side, the entire team is heading north thus far. We have Tulix playing as that Leshrac, Warlord taking up the role of the Lone Druid, Kranich playing as that Storm Spirit, Ofaka playing as a Shadow Demon, and last but by no means least, Professor Headshot taking up the role of that SK. And we're already looking for early first blood. The entire team of SGC heading their way north. However, NEXT.kz are doing pretty much the opposite of that, heading down bottom. So first blood will not be spilled here. Neither team is in any particular danger thus far. Trying to look at the lanes for NEXT.kz, I honestly have not that much idea, to be honest. we'll have to wait and see. I'm not really sure on the lanes. SGC lanes are bleedingly obvious. Again, aggressive tri-lane, Lone Druid, solo. Yeah, you get the idea. GLHF going around for everyone. Good sportsmanship is always a good thing. Yes, indeed. And neither team going to pick up first blood. I know they both also desperately wanted it. Using the bear to scout out. No Roshan, just making sure. And now the battle will commence. And it seems we're not going to have that aggressive or rapist tri-lane. We're instead going to have SK take his time to babysit that Storm Spirit. And we'll have Shadow Demon and Leshrac going mid. This is still a very powerful combination. SK thrown in the mix would make it a... I can't even think of the word. Basically, whoever they go up against dies a horrible death. Missile coming in the bear. A few right clicks going to be had. They're pulling the creep wave, which is really nice. Pulling it well away from the creep lane. And you can see how tanky that bear is. Even at level 1. Level 7? Okay. Lycan Wolf. The names are a little bit wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Windrunner's going to be having not the best time going up against this lane. Darkseer, of course, going solo top. The Iron Shell is going to be a bit of an annoyance. However, Storm Spirit can keep his distance and be relatively A-okay. In fact, going up against a Darkseer, I actually feel that Storm Spirit would be pretty fine going solo. Probably doesn't need the babysitting SK, but looks like we want to go for early kills. That's why he's there. Coming in from the behind, a few right clicks, not even landing that Burrow Strike yet. In fact, haven't picked up our first kill, and he's just going to run away. We're going to do a little bit of scaring and let Storm Spirit just farm his way to victory. Looking at the lanes, Earthshaker, Gyrocopter down the bottom, of course, Enigma in the jungle, and Windrunner mid, as we saw before. Of course, that leaves Darkseer to be solo top. And Lone Druid's just having a perfectly fine time. In fact, Lone Druid has a tendency of having a perfectly fine time regardless what he's going up against, because that bear acts like a 0.75 of a hero, especially towards the early stages of the game. And Lone Druid's doing absolutely fine. I don't have the last hits and denies up because I'm a silly individual, yes indeed. Bear's taking some damage, it can just be recreated just like that. And Darkseer, however, is having a pretty bad time down here at the bottom lane. We have the SK, he has to worry about the constant threat of that SK. While he does have the haste, we do have 2 stuns to come out of both of these heroes. And we can already see the right click damage being dealt out of the Storm Spirit. And the Ion Shell is doing nothing to him because he doesn't need to be close to get his last hits. With the haste being secured here by the Storm Spirit, by the Shadow Demon, it looks like we want to try and get a gank on the Windrunner. Wait for her to push a little bit too far forward. She should definitely be wary considering the Storm Spirit is missing. Checking for the Enigma, not revealing himself off. Disruption going to follow. Disruption going to start off rather, and the Split Earth just barely catching out the Windrunner. A few right clicks to dealt the Spirit, the Curse rather, not getting on the Windrunner, actually picking up a creep. And that was probably the difference between her escaping, honestly. If that Curse landed on her, she would have been pretty friggin' dead, I feel. But you can't have it all. They denied her a little bit, they forced her to back off for the next few moments, and while it wasn't an easy kill, it wasn't a first blood, you can't help but be happy with what you achieved. Reeves, 0 last hits, only level 2. He's not doing happy. Meanwhile, we have the Storm Spirit, 12 to 11. SK, he doesn't need last hits to be effective. Needless to say, that goes without saying. Team of Leshrac and Shadow Demon just pushing themselves forward. They're already going towards the tower. Edict doing a nice little bit of damage to it. Power Shot going to come through. Taking a few hits from the tower. The Leshrac is a little bit low and has to back off. I'm somewhat surprised we're not seeing more aggression to come out of the SK, to be entirely honest. I feel that we could utilize his stun and possibly pick up the first blood. Missile going to chase after. Does just barely hit him, trying to burst it down before it lands on him. Enigma's having no problems in the jungle, needless to say. He's just farming his way to sweet, sweet victory. The Storm Spirit is just doing such a great job in the last hit department. The Lone Druid's actually not doing as well as I thought. He's being forced to stay back here, only having 9 last hits with a Gyrocopter, repping it out at 16, pushing himself ahead indeed.
No.
And finally, Reeves is getting the chance to get a nice couple of last hits. He's definitely feeling better about himself now. Having 0 last hits is never fun on any stage of the game, and the double damage is here. Do we have vision. The Dire side, indeed, SGC side, do have vision of this double damage. It is no doubt going to be secured within the next couple of moments. Leshrac going to pick it up, having a bottle in hand, and we're most likely going to try and utilize this for the next gank. The Darkseer is still having absolute hell over here at the top lane. He still has to be careful because ganks can move in at any moment. Leshrac, or rather SK, is currently missing. And with Windrunner pushing himself very far forward, this could end badly. We have a double damage disruption to go. The curse landing successfully this time. Split Earth to follow, trying to Windrun out. It's not going to happen. A few right clicks will be enough to do the damage, but the Windrun might survive, let us survive long enough, but it will not indeed. First blood going to be secured, going to be spilt over the middle lane, with Leshrac picking that up for the team of SGC. Burrow Strike here to land on the Darkseer, and Ball Lightning in. Here comes the right-click damage. Are we going to have a stun from the Storm Spirit? Yes, indeed, and this is going to be enough to secure a kill on him. The haste goes down, but it isn't necessary at all, and Storm Spirit picks up the second kill for the team of SGC. Lone Druid still not having the greatest time down bottom, but he's not dying a horrible, horrible death. But Gyrocopter is getting lots of last hits. He's having a great time. And it looks like we're going to tower dive. We might go in Darkseer once again. Maybe we're not quite daring enough to commit to such a thing. Especially with the tower here and that Iron Shell. And with a creep wave being steadily obliterated by it, maybe engagement would not be the best of ideas. And see, this is the problem that NEXT.kz are going to have, is the fact that SGC can push and they can do damage and they can get kills. And the team of NEXT.kz, they need to get those levels up before they can start absolutely plowing people in the team fights. They need to get the level 6 on that Black Hole. They need Darkseer to have some levels in that Vacuum. They need, Earthshaker to have that Echo Slam. They need the Gyrocopter to have points in that Barrage, I think it is. Regen Rune up top. Not even getting the Rocket Barrage. We're just going for Missile and maxing out that Flat Cannon. Not particularly familiar with all the skills of Gyrocopter, unfortunately. Regeneration Rune going to be secured by Leshrac. This is going to allow him to just start doing some aggression. He'll be able to take some damage, he'll be able to expend his mana, but he won't care in the slightest because he has a goddamn Regeneration Rune in his pocket. Darkseer continuing to have an awful time. 15-2 does have the Soul Ring finally. This allows him to spam out his spells. In comparison to the Storm Spirit, 32-16, he's doing a wonderful job in the farm department. Currently flying in a bottle to him as well. And Leshrac has definitely pushed himself very far forward, but again, he has that regen rune, he can do whatever the hell he wants. Is Enigma going to move in position for a gank? We are not indeed. This is one flaw I feel that NEXT.kz are doing right now, is they're not ganking without Enigma. Sure, we want to get those levels up, we want to get that level 6 as fast as possible. In fact, he's already level 6, but going for a couple of ganks, it's very easy, especially with that Malphite stun, and the Black Hole is just insurance to make sure no one gets away, or if a couple group up, easy kills to come in with the Black Hole. Shadow Poison going out, giving a little bit of vision, seeing who is there, and of course a nice ward placement to come out of them. It's going to give vision of everything that's here. They're going to see that that Earthshaker is waiting in position. They're going to see that the Enigma is going to come in to reinforce as soon as the engagement happens. Storm Spirit still free farming his way to death. Darkseer currently missing. Again, can't spend too much time at this lane. Has to worry about the SK and that Burrow Strike to start dealing damage. And the duo over here in mid, I think they want to push, but they have to be careful because, death could roll in. The bear spotting out the Earthshaker here. Entangle to land on him. Unfortunately, they don't have the damage to... Earthshaker actually taking an awful lot of damage from that bear, however. Currently 18 for 0, the Lone Druid. What is he securing next? The bear's picking up an Orb of Venom. And Leshrac and SD look like they want to push their way through the mid, but that Power Shot doing a nice chunk of damage, but the Regeneration Rune brings him back to full HP. Now we're pushing towards this middle tower. Edict doing a nice chunk of damage. The creep wave is going to be wiped out, but I think they're perfectly willing to withstand a few tower hits. But the fortification is going to make life a little bit more difficult. Shadow Demon getting awfully low on HP. Going to have to retreat back to base. Have to be careful because of the Power Shot. This is a bad idea. That could have been his death. I have no idea why he disrupted himself just then. Because I'm guessing he was suspecting the Power Shot was going to come, but that instead put him in the perfect position to get Power Shotted. And I tell you, if that Windrunner timed it right, he would have been dead, and it would have been the easiest kill for NEXT.kz. Thankfully, however, he was a lucky individual indeed. The Windrunner just didn't quite get the timing right. In the meantime, Leshrac securing himself in an invisibility rune. Looks like we're going to rotate to top and get a kill on this Darkseer. If he decides to push himself too far forward, the team of NEXT.kz do not have vision, so they do not know that he's invisible right now. They didn't see him pick up the ward, and they're just going to wait for him to push forward, and Darkseer is going to be so friggin' dead. Meantime, Enigma pushing out this bottom lane. Enigma and company. And the Reeves is Never mind, Ball Lightning in, the Split Earth to initiate, Burrow Strike to follow, and that was the easiest kill for SGC. However, they might go for a bit of a trade. This bottom tower is taking a few hits, being brought to almost half HP, but it will be a trade indeed. They've secured a kill over the top lane, and the top tower will take a fall as well. Edict not even needed right now. The right-click damage is easily enough, and the top tower taking a fall. SGC securing that easy peasy and unable to do the trade. The bottom tower is still standing over at the, of course, bottom lane. That's why it's the bottom tower, ladies and gentlemen. And the team of SGC are just having such a fantastic time thus far. Looking at the goal, a 2k advantage for them with a XP is not as significant as I thought it would be. This is probably due to the fact that we're getting plenty of last hits for that gyrocopter. And of course we have the Enigma. Entangle to land on him, speaking of the gyrocopter, and the Orb of Venom slowing him down ever so slightly, but we do not have the damage or the stuns to continue to commit an attempt to take him down. And it looks like, actually I have no idea what's going on. It looks like we're going to rotate to bottom. We want to try and get a kill. Especially a kill on this gyrocopter would be pretty freaking beneficial because he's getting lots of farm. He has lots of money in the bank. But Earthshaker's, he's keeping an eye out. And I think they spotted the incoming force. But Storm Spirit's just running in, but taking one hit from the tower, realizing that, well, we're not exactly in a position to try and take this. Reinforcements are already rolling in. Windrunner and Enigma looking to pick someone off, and the team of SGC are going to retreat. Very wise idea. And they may as well settle with the tier 1 tower, but this Storm Spirit is so out of position. Shackle to go down, and the Fish are going to chain up as well with a disruption. Nicely timed disruption, but the ulti is going to take the kill on him. The Ball Lightning at the perfect moment. Enigma taking a fall right now, trying to Ball Lightning to safety. That missile will take the kill, but he's using the bottle charges to try and bring himself back up. Lightning Storm to go out, doing a nice chunk of damage. Going to run between the trees, the Earthshaker is. He has to be careful. He's low on HP indeed. Shackle to come out. What a shackle to land there on the Leshrac. Is the damage going to be enough? The power shot just barely missing, but the missile is homing in right now. Fisher to land there on the band. They're currently going to try and settle for him. The Iron Shell just doing tons of damage. All the Darkseid has to do is block it down right next to him. But a nice entangle at the perfect time to come out of the Spirit Bear. Going to allow him to get away with no problems at all. Very nicely done on both parties, actually. I'm so surprised the Storm Spirit didn't die a horrible death there. That could have gone so badly for the team of SGC, but they managed to pull themselves through it. The tower, tier 1 tower still stands, however, they're all grouped up here. We've got a good amount of, we've got plenty of mana, we've got plenty of health. With Storm Spirit back in the fray, we are going to take this tower down. Looks like we're going to go on the gyrocopter, stun to come down, followed by the Ball Lightning and the Entangle as well. Split Earth to land, Lightning Storm to pick up the final kill right there. He died without being able to do anything. And this is going to be a very easy tier 1 tower over here at the bottom lane.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, we have SK continuing to keep the lane equilibrium good over the top of the middle towers, being pushed forward a little bit, but they'll easily be able to either go back and defend it, or maybe go for a trade, because they're going to secure themselves a tier 2 tower if reinforcements don't roll in. And if they want to trade a tier 1 tower for a tier 2 tower, I have a feeling the team of SGC will be fine with that, because let me tell you, it is not a worthy trade. Needless to say. And the Diabolic Edict is going to burst this tower down. Level 2, actually only level 2 Edict, actually, getting 4 points in the Lightning Storm, so we're going for creep pushing power as opposed. In the meantime, SK is going to take a fall. The Fish are going to land power shot, just barely missing. He might be able to get away. The Fish are actually blocking them out so they can't pursue, and that will allow SK to easily get out. Enigma coming in, but perfect Burrow Strike up onto the high ground, into the trees, and escaping. In the meantime, the bottom tower has taken a fall. Was that denied or was it taken down? Leshrac did take the kill on that tower. And SGC, once again, they're in a commanding position thus far. They're doing fantastically. Everything is going their way. 5k gold advantage with closing in on the 2k XP advantage. And finally, it seems NEXT.kz might secure their first tower. Fortification going to land. The reinforcements are going to roll in to defend this in time. I'm not entirely sure. Invisibility ward to be ruined. Invisibility ward to be used. Ruined to be used, god damn it. For the Storm Spirit, they don't have any form of detection. This could potentially be an easy kill, but you have to remember many team members of NEXT.kz are here. But the reinforcements are rolling in. Fisher to go down. It actually catches the Storm Spirit power shot to go through, to a bit of damage to that Shadow Demon. It looks like we're going to engage. Stun to land there on the Spirit Bear, but the nice little shackle to come through, getting both the Shadow Demon and the Storm Spirit trying to run away. Disruption going to land, try and save the life. That power shot, perfect time for the Ball Lightning, dodging the power shot right there. Burrow Strike to come in. Windrunner is going to take a fall. And again, really freaking lucky escapes for the team of SGC. Just barely getting away from many bad situations. Like that Ball Lightning being used at maximum effectiveness several times thus far in the game. it's been used to escape death. Easy peasy. And there's a nice little stacked ancient camp, but I think they're going to settle for some kills. A fantastic burrow strike, and the epicenter is coming through. The damage is going to be too much, and the entire team of SGC melt, but they have to get out of there. Actually, that ulti doesn't really do that much damage. SK is fine, just going to go back to base, and it'll be A-okay. 2 easy kills for the team of SGC, with NEXT.kz yet to secure themselves one. Vacuum to come in, just doing a little bit of damage to this creep wave. Again, NEXT.kz have a pretty freaking good team composition, but they need levels to do anything with it. And what does SGC have? They have ganking power. Their composition is so freaking good. They've got 3 heroes that are just pretty much designed around trying to gank, and the Storm Spirit can do that as well with his, of course, stun. And then we've got a hero designed to constantly put pressure and push. And then we've got an insurance hero that say, hey, if our strategy doesn't work, we've got this guy. He can just kill everyone. But fantastic. Pretty freaking fantastic composition to come out of SGC. Especially considering the lineup that they were initially going against. And SGC not willing to commit at the current moment. Now is a good time to actually have a look at what items everyone has. How close is the bear? 2200. I'm going to guess he does not have the Sacred Relic. Yes, indeed, that is the case. Phase Boot's currently on the bear. SK having a Blink Dagger in hand. I think we saw that used before. This is going to allow him to get into the perfect position. Storm Spirit working his way towards a Bloodstone. Already having the Perseverance, now working towards the Soul Booster next. Leshrac having some drums, having some boots. And with that point booster there, that could either, we could see that go into a Bloodstone, we could see that going into Aghanims. We'll have to wait and see. Bloodstone was a pretty freaking good pickup for him, gives extra survivability and mana regeneration, which Leshrac most definitely needs. And who haven't I covered? Shadow Demon is the next one. He has a Bracer. I'm sure he's very happy with himself right now. And right now, the team of the SGC are going to take down Roshan. I don't think we have any vision to come out of the team of KZ. So this is... Right now, NEXT.kz know nothing about this, but they probably suspected with everyone missing. Looking over at their items, we see Darkseer working his way towards a Hood of Defiance, which will no doubt be turned into a Pipe of Insight. Earthshaker not having much at all, but again, playing the role of support, he doesn't really need anything. Enigma getting very close to his mech, actually just about 80 gold off that, and that's going to be absolutely incredibly useful for their next engagement. Helm of the Dominator in hand for that gyrocopter.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Meantime, I heard a shackle go down. I think it was trying to pick it up with a creep. And Roshan is going to take a fall within the next couple of moments. Spirit Bear being recreated almost immediately. And I don't think NEXT.kz have any idea that this is going on. However, now they know what's going on. Storm Spirit securing himself the Aegis of the Immortal. And, oh boy. And I think, yes, he's got enough for the Bloodstone. Picking up the Mantle of Intelligence once again as well. Storm Spirit has an Aegis. He has a Mantle of Intelligence. He's got some power behind him, ladies and gentlemen. And for the next team fight, NEXT.kz are not going to have. Sure, they have that mech now, but they have a Storm Spirit has a Bloodstone, and he also has an Aegis. You're going to have to kill him twice, and we saw before, with the fantastic use of that Ball Lightning, not many kills were had. Blinking in, the Burrow Strike going to follow. Are we going to see an Epicenter? Currently not being used at the moment, but it isn't necessary at all. Stun to land the Earthshaker, taking a pop. Nice little shackle to come through. The Windrunner next to pop, and now we're going to go on the Enigma. And he is, without a doubt, screwed. Malphus stunned to land there on the Leshrac. He's going to try to go for a Black Hole. Blink to Burrow Strike to come in from the SK. Easy pickup for the team of SGC. 3 kills for absolutely nothing. And now they're just going to take this Tier 2 tower. Just push forward. Most of their heroes are perfectly fine. SK's got a little bit of damage being taken. He's actually going to rotate over to this bottom lane. Make sure the tower doesn't take too much damage. And the Tier 2 tower, easiest Tier 2 tower of their life. And we almost have enough for that Sacred Relic. Just 500 off on the Lone Druid's department. He's feeling very happy. A shaky start for the Lone Druid, but he's brought himself back. Typically you see a Radiance around this part if you're farming efficiently, but he got to a rocky start. He's doing alright now though. And with that Tier 2 tower, they actually didn't dedicate themselves enough for the Tier 2 tower. SGC actually want to pick up a kill. Currently Ball Lightning in. Is the stun going to happen in time? It will indeed. Split Earth coming down as well. And a Gyrocopter going to take a very easy fall right here. And Storm Spirit picking himself up a killing spree, yeah. Oh boy, do I love Storm Spirit. Need to pick up that Announcer pack, actually. It's pretty freaking fantastic. And still, the team of NEXT.kz haven't been able to secure themselves a single kill. I swear someone on SGC's side has died, but it seems not the case. Thinking maybe there was a denial, but nope. And we're closing in on a 10k gold advantage for the team of SGC, and the same can be said for the XP. Once again, SGC commanding lead. In the meantime, we're going to have a pause. An oh so glorious pause, as I feel the Enigma was possibly a few moments away from getting plowed, with the Storm Spirit being not too far away. Again, Mech and Soul Ring, he's relatively happy with himself. I'd be happy with those items. Great for team fights. Great, allow you to spam your spells as well. And Shadow Demon about to pick themselves up a drum, so we have 2 sets of drums for the team of SGC. That's going to give them some fantastic chasing potential, especially with that Ball Lightning. 2 drums, a Ball Lightning, it pretty much means no one's going to escape from the team of SGC. And don't forget, we have the Burrow Strike and we have the Blink to come in from the SK. There's 2 forms of extreme mobility to come out of him, and no one's going to escape from the team of SGC. Does Lone Druid have that Radiance yet? He does not. He's oh so close to it. Taking again over the NEXT.kz side. Nevertheless, actually, disregard everything. Game has resumed. Hood of Defiance in hand for that Darkseer. Enigma, we already covered what he has. Windrunner also working away towards a pipe. I mean, oh goddammit, a mechanism. Excuse me. 2 mechs will be great. Stun to land on the Darkseer, trying to right click him down, but the Fisher to come down might be enough to save the day, but the slow to come in on the Darkseer, as well as a Purge going to try and run himself away. Split Earth just barely missing, but a fantastic Shackle to come in. Disruption going to land, this is bad, but a Black Hole to come in. Ball Lightning at the perfect opportunity. Leshrac is going to take a fall. Ulti to come in from the Gyrocopter. Those are returning back into the game, trying to right-click everyone down. Earthshaker takes a fall, as does the Windrunner. And now we're currently trying to escape very low, and so is that Storm Spirit. Gyrocopter taking a fall. And now they're going to take this middle tower. Finally, the team of NEXT.kz secured themselves a kill on that Leshrac. Not the greatest of black holes, but once again, that Ball Lightning came at the perfect moment. The perfect moment. He got straight out of that black hole.
Middle tower has fallen.
His Ball Lightning has just been an absolute boon for Greenwich. Been using it. I'm not sure how much of it is luck and how much of it is him actually just being the best Dota player in the world. I mean, some of those seem pretty lucky, like that black hole one. I don't know. Maybe he's just got really fast fingers. His the speed at which his neurons travel to his brain is faster than other people, so he could see that spell was just about to come out of that Enigma, and at the right moment, immediately, as soon as he saw it, he started to cast that Ball Lightning. SGC in all of these engagements, despite the powerful composition that they're going up against, SGC are just doing so well. Finally, we have the Sacred Relic in hand for that Spirit Bear. I know he's been wanting it for so long, and finally he has it. Leshrac working his way towards a Bloodstone indeed, already having the Soul Booster in hand, now just has to work towards that Perseverance. It's not a particularly expensive item indeed. Has a nice amount of boost as well. The Fisher to come catch him, and the Shackle to the Creep. This is going to be bad. The Disruption comes in the perfect timing, and in comes the Storm Spirit. Stun to land there on the Mech Charge is going to go out, and this is a nice time for a Black Hole, but there is no Black Hole. It is currently on cooldown. Burrow Strike is the epicenter going to come down. It's being channeled out now. Actually, it's just triple kill being in hand for the Storm Spirit, and he's not done with that yet. He wants to pick up the Windrunner, but he doesn't have the mana for another Ball Lightning, but hello, Bottle Charges. He might be able to pick it up. He's hungry indeed, with Blink to Burrow Strike to come in, and a Ultra kill to be earned there by the Storm Spirit. And they just called the GGs. Did they even... Okay, I missed the GGs. Yeah, SGC secure the victory. And I know the joinDOTA admins are now not particularly happy about this because, again, once again, we have the time ranking. Teams have a tendency of leaving before their throne has fallen, and the amount of time it takes for your base to get destroyed, or the quicker the enemy team destroys a base, the better it is. Time ranking, ladies and gentlemen, it all factors into the playoffs. But alas, team after team doesn't care. Epicenter going down because why not? Also Veil of Discord. And that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Relatively quick one indeed. SGC versus NEXT.kz. Not even getting the chance to destroy the throne because, of course, the team of NEXT.kz leaving after a fairly... what's the word? I don't know, they won pretty freaking hard, for lack of a better term. Let's just say to that. Again, SGC versus NEXT.kz. SGC securing the victory. This has been the defense to the group stages, yes indeed. Organized and brought to you by joinDOTA, commentated by Toshley, and sponsored by Razor and Ben Q. I hope you've enjoyed the game. I'll see you next time.